Justin, what did you think of the show? Oh, man.
As luck would have it, one of America's two most powerful villains of the next decade
is turned loose to strike terror into the hearts of men. To shock women into uncontrolled hysteria.
Don't touch that!
The villains themselves were ultimately responsible for much of the popularity. Audiences love to hate.
What's up, Bat fans? I'm Wilbur, and you're back in the Villains Lair with the villains of YouTube. Unfortunately, it's just one villain today because I really just wanted to dive into this review of the latest episode of Gotham called Balloonman. This was a really awesome episode. I feel like they just keep stepping up their game with these episodes. Every episode we dive more and more into just the grittiness that is Gotham. And it's just getting better and better every episode. The pilot, to me, was very strong. It came in strong and it ended strong. And they're just doing the same thing every episode. This time, we start with a whole new character. He's a vigilante named the Balloonman. This is a character, the DC might have pulled the name from a previous incarnation known as the Balloonman, who I believe had no affiliation with the Batman comic books. He was just a character. He was enemies with the Metal Men. He was some kind of robotic guy. Whatever. He had nothing to do with Batman. Now he does, so now I'm interested in them. What was really cool about this character is that they kind of dressed him up as different, characters that we are familiar with in the comic book realm. The first one, he was wearing a pig mask. For those who may or may not know, there is a character named Professor Pig. He's a villain of the Batman. They really do focus on him in the new Batman animated series, Beware the Batman. As we progress following this character, he shows up a different time. That his second kill, he's wearing a costume very similar to the Shadow. If anyone knows of the Shadow, I can't remember if the Shadow is from DC Comics or from one of the other many comic publishers out there, but he definitely looked like he was trying to go for the Shadow, and I thought that was awesome. As we continue on, we find out that the Balloonman is just a guy who really doesn't like the corrupt, and he is trying to be vigilante, and it begins the spark of Batman. We start to hear citizens talk about, oh yeah, we need people like him, which is interesting to me because one of the big things in the Batman mythos is that Batman's not entirely wanted by Gotham. So it'll be really interesting to see what the breaking point is for Gothamites. Probably the fact that Batman doesn't kill, and we do kind of see Bruce Wayne start to show an interest in vigilantism. He's following the case of the Balloonman, and he's interested. What he doesn't like is the fact that this guy kills, and we immediately catch on to that. He immediately points it out, and I think it's a great way to we're seeing the birth of this Batman character. But not only are we seeing the birth of Batman, but we're also seeing birth of the detective that Batman is. He's starting to figure things out, and he's looking for clues, and he's trying to figure out the death of his parents. So it turns out Gordon's not the only person looking into the death of the Waynes. Bruce wants to find the killer himself. And that's going to be really interesting to see the parallels going on. Another quick interesting tidbit about the Balloonman thing and everyone's reaction to vigilantism is that the fact that Bullock at first is interested in the Balloonman. He likes the Balloonman. He's like, oh, this guy's doing our job. And we know that later on in the comic books and the animated series, from all that Bullock hates Batman. He doesn't like Batman. So I'm interested to see what the turn is. Why he goes from being okay with vigilantes doing his job for him to not okay. Again, this could be the whole. It could be the whole fact that Batman doesn't kill. It's still a little weird because he does get mad once he finds out that the Balloonman is killing cops. Whether bad or good doesn't matter. Harvey's a cop. He doesn't want to get killed. So we'll see. We'll see if they delve into that more. Why Harvey's okay with this vigilante, but why he's not okay with Batman. Another great part of this episode is the return of the Penguin to Gotham. We start to see a much more vicious Penguin come to life. At the beginning of the show, in the pilot, he's getting into violence, and now that's how this guy lives. He goes from person to person, killing them. And one thing that they kind of touch on that we start to notice is that every time he kills, he needs to eat something. He gets hungry. Is that how Penguin gets a little chunkier? Is that why he's so chunky? Because he's killing so many people all the time that he's always eating and like a monster. If that's it, that's great. I think that's a really interesting character trait. I can't wait to see this character get fat because of all the people he's killed. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch that transformation. We do see him get involved with Maroni. Maroni is another famous gangster from the Batman comic books. He's a rival to Falcone, and is he gonna be friends of the Penguin or foe? We'll see at the end of the episode. Spoiler alert: Penguin comes and visits Gordon. So what's he gonna tell Gordon? What's he there for? Gordon is obviously the new guy in Gotham, so he can be played a little bit more than most Gothamites. What's the Penguin playing at? Is Gordon going to see through his lies, or is he gonna fall for it? I just don't know. It's gonna be a lot of fun to watch that dynamic. In one of our last reviews, we asked you, what are you excited to see? Who would you like to see next time? Jason Rico, one of our faithful viewers, thank you Jason Rico for commenting. He said that he'd really like to see two awesome characters who I'm a big fan of, the Mad Hatter and the Ventriloquist, aka the Scarface. It's kind of two characters in one, but the Ventriloquist is this old man who is obsessed with this dummy, who he kind of takes out his multiple personality disorder out on this dummy. This dummy is his second personality, who's a crime boss in Gotham. It would be really interesting to see them do that character in this realistic, gritty version of the mythos. Either way, Mad Hatter, I think, is a very doable character, Jason, so I hope they do it. Let's get the mind control crap out of the way, and let's just make him a weird, horrible pedophile. I think that's a character that really fits in this world, and I'd love to see Gordon take him down. Well, that's my review. Again, obviously, I'm really excited with what they're doing. Tell me your thoughts. Write in the comments below. What do you like? What did you like? What did you hate? What characters do you want to see next? I'll be doing this once a week, so after every episode, I'm gonna come in here into the villain lair and film a new episode every time Gotham premieres, just because I'm so excited about what's going on. So until next time, I'm Elyjah Wilbur. I'm Justin Daly, and this is the Villains of YouTube.
Come on, what are you waiting for? For once in your life, do something right.